Alrighty. Namaskar and welcome to NFL Masala. I'm your co-host Anant.
And I am your other co-host, Rakshak. Welcome to Season 4, Episode 28 of NFL Masala, where we talk about all the latest happenings in the NFL. Not with a little bit of spice, but this time with a shit ton of spice. Because, boy, oh boy, do we have a very big episode. And by the way, folks that are listening on Friday, this is on today on Thursday, December 18th, 2025. And on behalf of all of NFL Masala, happy early holidays, Merry Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Festivus, if you watch Seinfeld, New Year, New Year's Eve. Oh, and for all my fellow Tamils, happy Margari Masam Bartikal. Okay, whatever. Anyway, how you been, Anand?
I'm doing good. I'm just excited to have a war in today's episode, which we're going to preview in a little bit. But before we do that, we're going to break down what happened in Week 15, the disaster of a week that was, especially for Packers fans, and then preview what is probably going to happen in Week 16. Let's get started with some Tamakadar news. Before that, a couple bit of news here. We recently saw that just today, actually, Jaguars have signed a 3-year, $60 million deal with wide receiver Jacoby Myers, who they traded for during the regular season from the Las Vegas Raiders for a 2026 4th and 6th round pick. Myers has been pretty crucial in his 6 games, 27 catches for 355 yards and 3 touchdowns. More accurately, he's kind of unlocked Trevor Lawrence and the success that the Jags offense has had. Like, he's been one of the catalysts there. Since he has arrived, the Jaguars are 5-1 and are averaging 31.8 points per game on offense, second only to the Rams, who are averaging 34. And Lawrence has thrown 14 touchdown passes with only 5 interceptions, 3 of which came in one game. So he's been a massive, massive catalyst for this Jags offense. Before he was on the team, they tried to make Travis Hunter a wide receiver 2. That didn't happen because then he was out for the season. So they really had chicken shit for wide receiver 2 besides Brian Thomas Jr. So in this case, before Jacoby Myers, Jags averaged 20.4 points, which is 23rd in the game in the NFL. And Trevor Lawrence had 9 touchdown passes to 6 interceptions in 8 games. So you have a reliable every down pass catcher in Jacoby Myers coming in as wide receiver 2. And he's turning 29 in early November. So this is probably going to be his last contract. Probably going to stay in the league for maybe 2 more years before he calls it quits. But yeah, I think it's a good deal. It's not that expensive, and the Jags do have the cap space, so there is that.
Yeah, and again, as you said, like now with Travis Hunter, and by the way, I think like even though Jacoby Myers is still, I mean, you say he was like 28 years old and whatnot. I still think he is like that quote unquote veteran receiver to help with Trevor Lawrence. I think it's worked out well for him. So, and the thing is, remember, they control their own destiny in the AFC South, which I think has been a bit of a dumpster fire ever since what happened with the Colts. Now it's like everything's gone up a flame, but we'll see. Now for the second bit of news, this comes in the good old state of Texas. Yuck. I'm joking. The only good thing that's come out of Texas has been my school, Texas Tech, Reckham Tech. Just make a good, decent run. I'm in. This is like my victory cigar thing. I don't care if they get bounced out in the second round. I don't give a shit. But anyway, the Dallas Cowboys cornerback, Deron Bland, he is facing surgery on his left foot for the second time in as many years. Sources told ESPN, Todd Archer. He is seeking a second opinion. No surgery has been scheduled yet. Again, it's kind of it's I think outside of Trayvon Diggs, Deron Bland has been the only consistent corner for this secondary and this defense. I'm saying this as air quotes because the defensive coordinator is Matt Eberflus, who is shit. He's absolute dog shit. Pardon my French, but I'm quoting Abhishek of our resident Cowboys fan and the Anderson and our Adam Schefter of NFL Masala. But with this one, do you remember during the training camp, Bland signed a 4-year extension worth $92 million that included $22 million signing bonus. He missed 2 games earlier this season with a bruise on his right foot. 12 games this year, 46 tackles, 2 TFLs, tackles for loss, 3 QB pressure, 6 pass breakups, 1 interception, which was a pick 6. And remember in 2023, he had the NFL record with 5 interceptions for 5 pick 6s and had a league best 9 picks, all pro, and he lead the captains. And now with Trayvon Diggs, technically off of IR, he could be activated for the Sunday game. Diggs has not played since October 12th, but I mean, overall dumpster fire. What do you expect?
Alrighty, let's move on. One more bit of news here. This is going to be the worst bit of news that Packers fans have had this entire year. The game from hell, as I'd like to call the Packers versus Broncos this past week. An MRI confirmed that Micah Parsons tore his ACL. His season is over. He's not going to be available for the playoffs. He's probably not going to be available for the first half of next season. And that's just fantastic. I'm going to talk about this in a little bit, but it's like all the bad luck just decided to descend on Packer fandom during those 30 minutes. And I don't know.
We'll go through the process, and if you need to be, I will be your therapist for today because we need to help each other out. I'll help you. Don't worry, I got you. You have friends. This is a safe space. And last but not least, I'll talk about this one very briefly. The Miami Dolphins made a QB change. They benched Tua Tagovailoa, aka Tua Tonga Chunga, in my point of view. They will be starting rookie Quinn Ewers on Sunday against the Cincinnati Bengals. Reason why I don't say Bengals yet. And Mike McDaniel said this, and I quote, "I need convicted quarterback play. This team needs convicted quarterback play. I thought Quinn gave us the best chance to do that. I couldn't responsibly play this next game when I thought what the team needed was available and live in hope and wish and stuff." The Dolphins were eliminated from playoff contention after Monday's 28-15 loss to the Steelers.
That's why they're benching Tua.
Yeah, Tagovailoa just had 6 of 10 passes completed for 65 yards and an interception through 3 quarters. And Tua, he's been struggling. Apparently, he leads the NFL this season with a career high 15 picks through 14 games. Before Week 15, he hasn't thrown for more than 173 yards in a single game since Week 9. And to be honest, this is what you expect. If you're not playing well enough, you're gonna get your ass benched. And and I kind of find this very, very excuse me, interesting to happen because I think he is in his final year, but no. Apparently, he signed a 4-year, $212.1 million extension in 2024. If he gets cut or released, there's a hell of a lot of a dead cap. And with the way the Dolphins, I think they committed seppuku on this one. They have to live with it. They have to figure out a way to make this offense work. And I'm not sure Mike McDaniel is the coach for it. They need a new offense. They need a new coach. They need a new system. And I would say let Mike McDaniel run through the season and see what Quinn Ewers can do. If Ewers can pull off some kind of crazy ass winning streak, then so be it. But then again, Santa Claus is real, the Tooth Fairy is real, and and apparently the Cleveland Browns will win a Super Bowl. That's what's happening this year. But before we continue, I want to talk about one thing. Over the weekend, we saw the Heisman Trophy finalists. It was between Indiana QB Fernando Mendoza, Vanderbilt QB Diego Pavia, I believe running back from Notre Dame Jermaine Love, and
Jeremiah Love.
Yeah. Jeremiah Love. I don't know who the fourth one was, but I was very surprised to see my boy from Texas Tech, Jacob Rodriguez, linebacker, the best defensive player to not be in the award. But I'm like, it's fine. But you all know who won, Fernando Mendoza. So congratulations to him on winning it. But Diego Pavia, this is now, if you haven't said this in a while, but this is a cut your out moment I have to bring up. Diego Pavia, I think he really hurt his draft stock. When after the results were said, he said this to all F them voters, F Indiana and all that. I'm like, Pavia, you are one big idiot. You literally hurt your draft stock. And I mean, I get that it's almost like Johnny Manziel-esque behavior.
Yeah.
And he was partying his ass off like after all that. It's like, yeah, I get it, but I mean, I know he had a response, but that's like literally like AI generated and all that shit. But I mean, again, congrats to Fernando Mendoza. Wish you nothing but the best. Diego Pavia, you're gonna get a fucking reckoning. I can tell you that for sure. It's gonna be a welcome to the NFL moment. That's all I will say. Take it away.
Alrighty, let's get started with what happened in Week 15. I'm not gonna take too much time because I hate my life. I don't like what's happening.
Whoa! We are all. We are all here for you. This is an open space.
Nothing matters in this world anymore.
No, dude. No. I am here to talk you off the ledge. Like, I believe there's still hope for the Green Bay Packers. Honestly,
I don't know. We'll see what happens. But just to recap, Packers lost 34-26 in Denver. Bo Nix had a phenomenal game, 300 passing yards, 4 touchdowns. And he was just incredibly efficient, completely diced up our defense. Cam Sutton had a really nice game as well, 7 receptions, 113 yards, and a touchdown. It was great. It was great for them. We were up. There was a time when we were up by 9 points in the third quarter, 23-14. And then shit hit the fan. Within 30 minutes, we lost our number one wide receiver, Christian Watson, to a week-by-week injury. At that time, it looked like he had broken his collarbone, right? Because he was holding his, left or right chest or left chest right here, and it looked like it was a collarbone injury with the way that he had gotten down. Thankfully, after an MRI, it's not that bad, but we did lose Christian Watson for the rest of the game. Then we lost Zach Tom. Then we lost Evan Williams, and then Quay Walker. Quay Walker, and then Evan Williams, and then finally, the worst injury that we possibly could have for our Super Bowl hopes, Micah Parsons. So our number one receiver, best offensive lineman, second best defensive player in the entire league, our second best safety, best linebacker, all in the span of fucking 30 minutes for the entire game. And Jordan Love still battled through because that's who he is. Right? Even though we lost that momentum, the Broncos had 2 consecutive touchdown drives. They led in going into the fourth quarter 27-23. We had a field goal, but then our defense just couldn't just couldn't make the stop when we needed to. And then the last 3 drives, we had opportunities, but unfortunately our play calling was not good. And yeah, it was interception, turnover on downs. It's just we completely lost this game once 5 of those injuries happened in the span of 30 minutes. And that is basically, converted. It was the worst 30 minutes of my Packer fandom. We went from Super Bowl favorites to potentially a last-minute wild card shoe-in. Because now the Bears are up by half a game in the NFC North, who we're playing now this week. And you also have the Lions who are trying to make a comeback. When you look at the NFL playoff picture right now, you have so if it were to start right now, the Packers would be the 7th seed, with the Bears being the 2nd seed, because they're the NFC North leaders. The Rams have clinched a playoff spot. And so this significantly dampens our hope of if we lose to the Bears, that's the division gone right then and there. The division is gone right then and there. We won't be able to catch up. We would just have to be a wild card team.
Can I say something?
We have to win. Yeah.
If the Bears beat you guys by a miracle, are you going to be forced to wear something Bears related or not?
Do I want to ruin my Christmas for the rest of my life? I don't know.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. I had to ask.
Well, thankfully, we don't have a Bears fan that I have to make this bet with, so I'm not going to do anything. If I did have a Bears fan, yeah, exactly. If I did have a Bears fan, then maybe I would. But yeah, the other thing from this game that has been clearly evident is without Micah Parsons, the defense cannot generate consistent pass rush. You'll see either a lack of effort from Sean Gary or lack of finishing skills from him. You'll have Kingsley Enagbare, who has spurts of showing that he's a highly regarded pass rusher, but it's again very inconsistent. So Micah Parsons, when he was on the field, he was a catalyst for generating so many of those sacks and those pressures. But without him, we're going to have to figure out how to win at the line of scrimmage, because when you look at all of these teams in the NFC, they can win at the line of scrimmage, right? Seahawks, Eagles, Rams, to a certain extent, the Niners, maybe not really, but those 3 definitely, Seahawks, Eagles, and Bears, Rams, Bears to a little bit. But yeah, it's going to be very difficult if we can't match those type of defensive fronts, because then it's going to rely on our secondary. And then our secondary is going to have to, Jeff Hafley is going to have to consistently outcoach the offensive coordinator, which is going to be, very difficult come playoffs. So we're going to need to win up on the defensive line, and I just don't think we have the consistent capability to do so. Plus, we also don't have Devontae Wyatt, who could have helped in that. So when you look at who we're actually missing, right? We're missing Tucker Kraft. He's gone for the year. The top 5 tight end in the league. Devontae Wyatt, top 10 defensive tackle in the league. Elton Jenkins, top 5 center in the league, or offensive guard, interior offensive lineman. Zach Tom, top 5 tackle in the league. Christian Watson, our best wide receiver, who's week to week. Quay Walker, Pro Bowl season. Micah Parsons, you don't even need to tell that much about him. Evan Williams, he has an MCL sprain and he's week to week as well. Who is a very good young safety, especially in run defense. So that's 8 of our 10 most important players all gone. 12 most important players all gone. So definitely that people have to, next man up mentality definitely has to be there, but we need to know who the next men are, right? Is it going to be Rashawn Gary, who finally earns his pay and generates consistent pressure with a lack of Micah Parsons? Is it, will our offense still be the same with Christian Watson potentially on a limited snap count, right? Because he himself opens up so much of the playbook. I really want to see Matt LaFleur use Matthew Golden, because Matthew Golden is faster than Christian Watson. He's not as tall as Christian Watson is, but he is faster than Christian Watson. So I'm a little shocked and dismayed that we haven't been using Golden except for like gadget plays. And when he does make plays, he has the best hands in the group of the entire wide receiver group. So yeah, this game, just going back to this game, not fun. Not fun. I turned it off in the fourth quarter. I was like, no, there's no way. Once you lose that momentum, it's yeah. All right, your game before we move on to the marquee game of this episode.
Yes. Before that, so for this game, the Eagles face the Raiders, and I don't care if it was it's just the Raiders. No, they're a lowly team. They're 2-something. Do you know how much we Eagles fans needed that win to get some kind of momentum?
Yeah,
how much
Jalen Hurts needed that win?
Oh God, yeah! After the worst performance, like in his career, throwing for like you can't win with 4 picks, but hey, at least you didn't turn the ball over this time. I actually saw it's the part where it gives me the false hope. A competent offense that uses motion. What kind of foreign concept is this? And going empty set? Is that a foreign language that we're learning? Like, I love this team, but sometimes they drive me so insane. It drives me. This team drives me so insane. It's like, can you make up your mind? Can you show some damn consistency? And I mean, like, I saw Devontae Smith being used a lot more. Hell, Dallas Goedert, the mini shovel passes were back. Like the fake tush push, fake tush shovel pass. That was beautiful to see. I'm like, where the fuck was this, Kevin Patullo? You stupid ass North Korean offensive coordinator. And I found out later on it was Scott Leffler, the quarterbacks coach, the new quarterbacks coach, and the former head coach of Bowling Green University, who was making the play calls. I'm like, oh, no shit. We had something new. And also, having Jalen Hurts going empty set and using Jalen Hurts' ability to run, do you know what that does, Anand? It does fucking wonders. He's able to pick up the first downs. You're able to move the chains ahead. Is that a foreign concept? No.
This is a crash out.
Crash out.
Valid.
Even though it's
Valid.
a win, even though we put belt to ass 31-0 against a bad Raiders team, but this is
It was the Raiders. It was basically a bye week.
I know, but this is what we should have been doing earlier. Like using Goddard a lot more than involving Devontae Smith in those deep passes, like 1-on-1. And then when you line AJ Brown in the slot, he gets a touchdown. What devilry is this? No, you idiots. This is proper common sense football. And I mean, like, Jalen Hurts was like, what, 12 for 15, threw for 3 touchdowns, a slightly over, 175 yards of passing. Yeah, so what? But at least he got it working. Dallas Goedert, 6 for 70 yards, 2 shovel passes. He could have gotten 3 touchdowns, but he dropped it. So that's on Goddard. Devontae Smith, 2 for 50 yards, 2 bombs, perfect. And AJ Brown, 2 for 41. That was good. Darius Cooper, the training camp shout out, and I believe he's a UDFA. 2 for 29. And then of course Saquon Barkley, although he's like averaging 22 yards, 22 carries, for 78 yards, like so less than 4 yards per carry, but the run game was still there, but when you're activating Jalen Hurts and making him run the ball a little bit more, I would just wish that he could slide so he doesn't take some bad hits. That would help. But like after using a lot of counter duo, pin pull, and QB involvement for that stuff, I recommend you check out Johnny Page and Shane Half of the Eagles Pin Pull and Bleeding Green Nation. I'll send those links for anyone that is interested, because play action was beautiful. Yes. Using a lot more play action and apparently a mix of RPO was beautiful. And of course, we got to talk about the defense. Yes, you're facing Kenny Pickett, but my God, I got to give a shout out to my man, Brandon Graham. I believe he became the oldest Eagles player to record 2 sacks. He had 2 sacks in this game, man. I'm so happy for VG. Zach Bond, amazing. Zach Bond and Nakobe Dean. I think, honestly, Nakobe Dean has played himself out of an Eagles extension. He's going to earn big money elsewhere. Because after this year, he's a free agent. Remember, this is his 4th year. And he was a 3rd-round pick. So, and we kind of got Jahad Campbell. I wish he had more tackle. He had more snaps. Jalen Phillips, always there. 2 passes defended, 2 QB hits. Nakobe Dean, 8 total tackles, 5 solo, 2 tackle for losses. And, Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell, those 2 guys. And I have to give the funniest move. Cooper DeJean, you saw that one play after Brandon gets a sack. Tyler Lockett is trying to like trash talk a little bit more in Cooper DeJean, and DeJean just shoves him to the ground. He's like, I ain't taking shit from anyone. And I thought that was pretty funny, but you know what? I thought like Vic Fangio, hell of a job. Limited the Raiders' offense to 75 yards in total offense. Mm-hmm. And this time, Anna, what was the 3 things that I told you that can kill offensive drives?
Sacks, penalties, turnovers.
And looking at that alone, Jalen Hurts was only sacked 1 time. Kenny Pickett got sacked 4 times. Both teams, 3 accepted penalties, 1 turnover, which is a Bond interception. But relatively a cleaner game. And the one thing that really kept this defense in this game, when the Eagles converted on those big 1st and 2nd downs, when they were ahead of the chains, and they did not have any mishaps. Also what I really liked was the fact that that they had ball control. When the offense is not having a 3 and out every single time, you're allowing your defense, which has been playing its ass off this entire year, to sit down and relax and not tire out at the end. That's when it makes a difference. And we did that with Jalen Carter. And it's a step in the right direction, but 3rd down, 10 for 13. Brilliant. And 12 rushing touchdowns, 12 rushing first downs, 12 passing first downs. This was incredible. I mean, it was like after that Jalen Hurts bombed AJ Brown at the opening of the fourth quarter, they had to put in Tanner McKee, which everyone was calling for. Oh, you saw Tanner McKee. And I really wish we could have used Tank Bigsby a lot more. Because even though Saquon can be shifty and whatnot, Bigsby is more of a downhill power runner. You snap him under center, he does a lot more damage instead of swipes and play actions and whatnot. I would like to see more of that. But anyway, happy with the win. I'm not gonna get too involved in it. And it was actually the shortest game I ever played. 2 hours and 30 something. Apparently it's like a record on Fox or something like that. But
wow.
I was apparently the shortest game called or recorded or something like that. But oh well. Eagles got the win, good bounce back win, and now they got to clean up and get the AFC. And then we have to clean up and win the NFC East. So that's all I got.
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, that is going to be it for our games. Now comes the marquee matchup between Cam and Achut. For those who have been paying attention so far, we have Cam, who is a Bills fan, Achut, who is a Patriots fan. And oh my God, this week we had a fight for the AFC East division. And the future of the AFC East, if you can believe it here. Initially, it seemed like the Patriots are back, but don't discount Josh Allen. Now, suffice it to say, we are going to let these two giants of our NFL Masala podcast duke it out in a fight night style, head to head. Bella's wrong. You guys take the charge.
All right. So, first of all, I want to say that fuck you for the first one. You didn't do shit after that last touchdown, by the way. You didn't run the ball at all. You barely got out of May's hands. That was not a defensive pass interference. Another thing. That throw to Shakir, I think it was.
Mm-hmm. So what were your thoughts, Cam, when you were down 21 points?
Oh, my girlfriend and I were watching the game, and she was like, "Cam, what the hell is going on at your team?" I'm like, "Don't worry, they'll come back. Don't sleep on them. Second half magic, and guess what happened? Second half magic."
That's cap. You didn't say that shit. Don't lie.
No, I did. I said that to her. She doubted.
I said that too during the Falcons game, the Super Bowl, when we were down 23. I was that same exact reaction. I was like, don't worry about it.
Well, you're the new Falcons in this game, so.
All right, but yeah, so let's get started. So the first half clearly was, Patriots almost, actually it was going to be a blowout, right? It was going to that scenario. So, Achut, from your perspective, what were some of the things that the Patriots were doing right that allowed them to build that 21-point lead?
Dude, the first thing, pressure, bro. Pressure. Josh Allen, this dude had no time. You can't let this man out of the pocket. And that's in the second half I was watching, I was like, bro, where are the blitzes? Where are the blitzes? Why are you letting this man just get enough time to nap, enough time to wake up, cook his breakfast, and then throw the ball, bro? That was so infuriating in the second half. But yeah, first half, everything was going great, bro. Henderson had that huge run game was cooking. We're making Josh Allen look like he was Jalen Hurts, crazy. My bad.
Whoa!
Who won MVP?
Wait, Drake May looking like Jalen Hurts? I mean, yeah, for sure. Just let me know.
No, not Drake May, but
Josh Allen like Jalen Hurts.
Allen.
But there's one thing that Jalen Hurts has that Josh Allen doesn't. Let me know when you get
good
to the
offensive line.
Oh yeah, There's one thing that Josh has that Jalen doesn't.
Haley Steinfeld.
What?
One thing that Josh has that Jalen doesn't. League MVP, motherfucker.
Let's see what Josh Allen doesn't have. He doesn't have a Super Bowl ring. He doesn't have a Super Bowl MVP. Let's see. He doesn't fucking AJ Brown. So I will say in the quote The Rock, know your role and shut your mouth, you jabroni.
Remember who we have, Rashak. You'll remember that in 2 weeks. You'll be talking in 2 weeks.
Okay.
This is cute. Y'all are arguing about your one Super Bowl, and that's so cute.
I got two Super Bowls.
Not bad too. That's so cute. That's so cute. I find that hilarious.
I mean, but like, you know what? It'll be pleasure to me because we beat you guys with a backup QB and a trick play. That'll always be dear to me because I have not seen it because I'm old as fuck. I'll say that. And you know what? It's the start of something. And I know we're not there yet, but at least I can enjoy it.
After halftime.
At least I can enjoy
devolved.
I was a junior during that game.
Yeah, but anyway, what were you saying about your
back
Bills?
to this game?
I want to hear more about this. Keep on going.
Yeah, Achuk. So going back to what the Patriots were doing, you said pressure. What about from the offensive perspective, right? You had Drake May, who was, technically was not his greatest game. But so what were some of the things that were going well offensively speaking?
Aggression, bro.
Oh my God.
Second half, dude, it's like they got comfortable. They started like being so conservative. And I was saying that to my dad, and like in the middle of the game after halftime, I'm like, where are the deep shots? Like, yeah, they in the beginning, I'm sure they only had like a safety or something, so there was more deep shots, but still, like, they refused to just like take any risks, and you can't have rewards without risks. And I think that's one of the reasons that just killed them. Like, they just refused to throw the ball more than checkdowns. They got too conservative. They tried to just rely too much on that defense. And we don't even have our best D lineman, so don't understand why they just didn't, take more shots, get Diggs the ball more. Like, Diggs, dude, he's so good, bro. Third and Diggs, oh my God. And the refs were all against it.
Oh my God, blaming on the refs again. Typical Pat thing.
No. Refs were definitely against us. You can't watch that.
All right.
You see that clip where Stephon Diggs got held like 3 times?
Like,
you could just say that wasn't
baby, right?
Huh?
You know that Diggs is a fucking baby, right? If you blow it during the postseason, he's gonna scream at me like he did Allen 3 times.
Can you name a time where he's done that this season?
Oh no, not this season.
Oh, okay,
I can name like 3 times he's done it. He blamed Josh for something that he blamed Josh for an easy touchdown that Diggs should have caught against the Chiefs. But nope, ball went right through his hands.
I mean, now he has a good QB, so of course he's not going to do all of that.
All right, you'll be saying that in the playoffs.
All right, what about the run game? I noticed that, Trevion Henderson, this seemed like one of his, actually, like, his best game so far this season, like since getting the nod over Ramondre Stevenson and Antonio Gibson.
Yeah, and can I say this one thing? After that Trevion Henderson, to make it like 21-0 or 20, or I think like another score, I thought that was the game. I literally thought game, set, match after one of the many Trevion Henderson runs.
They also just let the Bills just control the pace. They let them set the pace. Like I said before, they just refused to change the pace. And once you let them set the pace, obviously Josh Allen just starts cooking, but yeah.
Oh, it's not just Josh. You gotta watch out for James too.
Who?
Yeah.
Cook too.
James Cook.
Yeah, so that is your cue, Cam. What were some of the things that you noticed in the second half that allowed you guys to come back? Was it just Josh Allen? Was it James Cook? The entire team coming together?
It was mostly Josh, mostly James, a little bit of Knox and Dalton. This guy's play hard. I'll give him that.
Okay.
But the Pats, I got a little bit of respect for Stevenson. At the same time, I hate all of them. Just like I hate every single Pat I've ever fucking watched. Well, except for Gronk, Brady, and Allman. I actually kind of like watching those guys. But still,
like watching them cook you for like the last 10 seasons.
Well, Well, mostly playing the Super Bowl because not like we've ever been close to the Super Bowl with Brady, with you guys having Brady. So
So you mentioned Cam. A lot of it was Josh Allen and James Cook. A little bit of Dawson Knox. Where do you think Khalil Shakir comes into play? Do you think you guys rely on your wide receivers more, or more? Is it more reliant on your tight ends?
it was more of a tight ends game, but like don't get me wrong, Coleman played better and Shakir played better, but I feel like they relied more on Knox and Kincaid because Kincaid was injured for like 3 weeks, and we kind of we did lose important games without him. So
Gotcha.
I feel like he played a big role in the second half. But besides that, I got nothing else besides Pat's defense being shit. So
Gotcha. So in terms of your defense, what do you think was the turning point that allowed them to switch and like control the Patriots offense for just 7 points in the second half?
I'm surprised that Milano did not fold May into a lawn chair like he did the fuck, who was it, Mike White a few years ago? Yeah.
So is it just like a lot of pressure?
It was mostly pressure.
Okay.
I was like, I saw Milano running at May. I'm like, please fold him. And he couldn't do it. He sacked him twice though.
Gotcha. So, Achut, in terms of the second half, from an offensive perspective, when you see, you were talking about aggression, right? But aggression wasn't really working in the first half. Why do you think you needed to change that in the second half? Couldn't you have, or wouldn't it be more prudent to focus on the explosive run game that was already there?
Yeah, but I feel like they started to pick up on that. I think the big thing that the Bills did, obviously, like at halftime, was just adjust, and then the Patriots just refused to see that and then adjust back. They just tried to do the same shit that kept on working in the first half, and just didn't have a backup plan. Didn't have a backup plan. Maybe they panicked a little. I don't know. I wish I was on that field. Fucking face. I could have done a little bit better, but also they probably. You know what? They probably let that shit go to their head. The momentum. It was all in the Bills, and they just if Brady was there, he would have definitely fired them up. But
right,
Brady there every day. But yeah, they just, like I said before, they just let them set the pace, set the new pace, and they just let them control the entire game. It was really infuriating.
There's like a difference though. I had mad respect for Brady, even when he did beat us all those times. May, I'm not really too sure. He's a little too cocky.
Bro, it's his second season. What are you talking about?
I don't give a fuck. I just need you to lose 2 games and the division's mine again. So
what happened the last time we played the Bills? Oh, my fault. I forgot about that.
Oh, you bet. Yeah, we were wearing fucking tinfoil that day.
Yeah,
I have the jersey.
20.
Huh? I have the jersey right here too. Hang on.
Wait, what's going on? I'm trying to make sense of this. Like,
I got this for my birthday. Oh shit.
Oh wow.
Ooh,
yeah.
That's a nice one.
Nice.
Yeah, this is like the first. You know what's weird? The only 2 sizes they had was a small. The only size I thought they had was a small. I'm like, you guys have a medium? I was like shaking and panicking because I thought they didn't have my size.
Well, at least you got
But
size.
they found one. Those guys at Dick saved my life.
So, going back to this game.
Yeah.
What? Now that you guys don't have any other games, right, head to head until the playoffs. What do you think are? And this is a question for both teams. What are like 2 things that you guys want to focus on from offensive and defensive perspective for the Patriots to either maintain the division lead, or for the Bills to catch up? Obviously that requires the Patriots losing. And then when you look at the Bills, schedule, you guys have the Browns, easy victory. Eagles, which is going to be a very tough game considering that defense, and then Jets should be an easy victory. But the Patriots, you guys have
They have the Ravens, the Dolphins, and the Jets.
That's a
Okay.
hard ass schedule. Holy fuck, we're going through hell. That's crazy.
That's
Okay.
not that
The
hard.
Jets, dude, come on, bro. Come on.
You have a son.
Right,
That's
Ultimate
good.
Team,
That's why
they
you
just
play
fired
well
their
with
they just fired their defensive coordinator. It's an excellent team to face.
So now they're going to be even more unpredictable. Dude, you just
Exactly.
proved that, bro. See, this
Yeah.
is a hard game, dude. That's a hard game. That's a hard game.
If
But
it
yeah,
was-
dude, this sort of thing with the Patriots, like in the second half collapse, like it's happened so many times this season, like the Falcons game, like what they put up 3 points after halftime when they were up big. Like it just feels like instead of just keeping the aggression, they just play to like not lose the game. They just rely on that defense. They refuse to just keep that same aggression from the first half, from the first quarter.
all right.
And I mean it's Rabel's first season, so he still looks like a veteran, like coach in that system. But still, like they just gotta stop letting other teams like big ball them in the second half, especially like teams like the fucking Falcons. Like that shit was crazy. Could not believe that.
Yeah, you end up winning by 1 point.
Yeah.
And I think so, games where you guys have won by 2 scores, like 1 or more scores, you got Panthers 42-13, Titans 31-13, Browns 32-13, and Jets. Yeah, Jets and then Giants. So there have been, games where you guys have maintained aggression and scored a lot of points. But
Mhm.
again, that's against shitty teams, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So,
I would say-
go ahead.
I would say be careful of the Ravens because they just dog walked the Bengals last week. So
It's
That's
the
true.
Bungles, man. It is the
Bengals,
Bungles.
Bengals, same thing. They're still garbage.
I mean, no, like they're honestly, like all due respect to Joe Burrow, but their offense is mid because they have no O-line whatsoever. They're deep. What and in Bungles' term, what the fuck is a defense? I don't think they understand what that concept is. It's a foreign language. I mean, it's just gonna be a cakewalk, honestly. You get yourself a win.
No,
All right.
that Bengals game was like a back and forth game.
Yeah, I mean, because I mean, sometimes like that's what like sometimes like they say like maybe that's when like Joel Burrow like he clicks on, he has nothing to lose and whatnot. But I mean, it's a very beatable team. Like I would not be surprised if Zach Taylor decides to bench Joe Burrow the next game.
And I thought the Cowboys were punching back this year.
Oh, we will talk about them. We will talk about them because I got a lot to talk about them. Let's get it going, man.
All righty.
I would know. I didn't face the Cowboys. I faced you guys.
Oh no, I got plenty to say. I don't know. You were saying?
So, Achit, you were mentioning about maintaining aggression in the second half, not letting it collapse. Is there anything from a defensive perspective that you're looking forward to for the
Pressure.
Patriots? Okay.
Pressure. You gotta win at the line of scrimmage. I mean, we do have injuries. We have injuries on both sides of the ball. You don't have
Mhm.
Will Campbell. He's a dog. Milton Williams. He was a dog. I think they're supposed to come back. I think. I know that hurt, right? Losing him. That was
we
big.
could pay him, but
Yeah.
I'm glad that he's doing well, man. He earned it.
Well, I mean, I would admit Nolan Williams looks good. They're not Super Bowl, so
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah.
it was also because, like,
I enjoyed every second of that Chiefs suffering. I enjoyed their suffering this season too.
Oh, yes.
Oh, we will talk about that. We will talk about
Yeah.
this.
Sorry, you were finishing up your point, Achit.
no, yeah, I was saying Milton Williams when we first signed him, I thought I was like that was kind of like an overpay for him because I feel like a lot of the success that he had. I mean, he's a good player, but still, like when you have Jalen Carter, when you have what's the other guy's name?
Jordan Davis
Jordan
and
Davis
Ultima
on your
coming
team,
in,
like of
yeah.
course they're gonna get double teamed. You're gonna have not easy one-on-ones, but like you're gonna have one-on-ones that you can beat for someone like his caliber. But like, yeah, he's lived up to all these expectations. I'm so happy. I don't know when he's supposed to come back though. I think hopefully the playoffs, early playoffs.
Yeah, he's still on IR. They placed him on
Yeah.
IR Saturday, 1 month ago. So probably for the playoffs, but it's an ankle injury. So
I mean, I'm fine with resting him for like the last. If he's available for like the Jets or something, you might as well just rest him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, ankle injuries they take like a month. I once sprained my ankle as a kid. That took like a month to heal.
Hey guys, didn't mean to interrupt, but I have two breaking Demarcadar news. I am following the Rams and the Seahawks. By the way, as a disclaimer, this is recorded today, December 18th on a Thursday. Sam Darnold just threw a pick on a 3rd and 8 at the LA 48. Jalen Wallace intercepted it, and he ran it all the way to the Seattle 1 yard line. Blake Corum punched it in, 23-14 Rams.
Yep.
Seeing ghosts out there again, dude. Seeing them ghosts. That was a funniest comment. I can't believe he actually. I laughed.
And here's a crazy stat. Are you ready for this? But in the first half, Jackson Smith and Jigba had 0 receiving yards. Right now, 3 targets, 1 reception for 20 yards.
Damn. They're locking his ass down, bro.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah. That's all I wanted to say.
His footwork is crazy. Like, he's not the biggest dude, but oh my god,
JSN is a monster.
He's a dog.
He's completely evolved into like a top 3 receiver in his second season now.
Oh,
especially coming from his, I don't know who is going to be that sort of receiver in terms of next year, like that jump, but the closest that I could see is like Emeka Egbuka.
Jason and Emeka
make that jump.
I think they're although they're like teammates, I would call them like rivals because they want to one up each other like in a competitive way. And because I mean they're Ohio teammates, and I'm saying this with like respect because like Emeka Egbuka, I honestly think, you know what? I gotta beat the dome moment. Next 3 years, JSN and Emeka Egbuka are gonna be fighting for number 1 receiving for leading receiving yards.
Wow.
Oh,
okay.
I think that can happen.
I can see that.
Yeah, that's all I will say.
Alrighty. So same question to Cam. 2 things, offensive and defensively speaking. What are some things that you want to see the Bills do for the rest of the season?
Hopefully keep doing as well as they're doing right now. I mean, defense is a bit of a struggle, but what Brandon Bean said, we're mostly working on that because the offense isn't that trouble. So I just want to make sure. I just want to like I'm still looking on the news, making sure who's clear to play and who's not. Because so far I've seen like Dalton did not practice today. I think Benford's still out. We need him for this game and the next game especially. I want to see more. I want to see more pick sixes from him. You see that fucking run he did to Burrow? That was. You don't know how crazy I went that when that happened. We just need everyone to stay healthy for the playoffs. That's all I need.
Okay.
If we have everybody, then good. Because another good thing, because the Chiefs aren't in it, this should be an easy path for me. So. Okay.
Alrighty. Well, that's going to be it for week 15 then. We're going to move on. Actually, wait, no. We have our famous segment. The segment that has made NFL Masala.
Cam, you are ready. Are you ready for this, Achut and Cam? No, I said, are you ready? Adam, what time is it?
Bunch minute time, baby. Let's get it started.
Go.
Alrighty, AFC. Ravens did beat the Cincinnati Bengals 24-0. That defense shut out Joe Burrow and prevented him of any hope for the happy holiday season for 2025. Depression is Joe Burrow's middle name at this point, and the Baltimore Ravens are making one more push to get to the AFC North division title. We'll see if that actually happens. But they did win 24-0. So there is that. Chargers beat the Kansas City Chiefs.
There is a
Hallelujah.
God.
Christmas miracle.
There is a God.
The Chiefs have been eliminated. 16-13, terrible game, but the Chiefs have officially been eliminated, and karma getting back to the devil worshippers and the black magic worshippers of Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes has torn his ACL. This is karma for all the children that have been sacrificed at Geha Field and have been part of black magic rituals. So this is exactly what has happened to the dynasty in the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, they never
It has fallen apart.
They never had a dynasty. They had the power of zebras.
Exactly. Power of zebras and dead children. So, alrighty. Moving right along. Jags 48, Jets 20. Trevor Lawrence again looks phenomenal. I think he had 5 touchdowns or something like that in this game. And again, this is the Jacoby Myers special, honestly. So, yeah, great game. It was so great that the Jets have fired Steve Wilkes, their defensive coordinator. So we'll see what happens with the Jets, but nothing good. Texans 40, Cardinals 20. Again, it's kind of the same thing. The Texans are making a push for the AFC South, especially now that the Colts are in limbo at this point, even trotting Phillip Rivers out. But when you look at that entire game, it's clearly that Houston Texans defense is unbelievable. It's probably the best defense when you look at it from a holistic standpoint, with the amount of pressure that front four gets. I think it's like they're the lowest blitz rate but highest pressure rate from a 4-man front. It's just like, we're going to eat you up for breakfast, lunch, and dinner every single snap. That was their mentality, and you could clearly see it in this game. Niners 37, Titans 24. Titans try to make a comeback, but Cam Ward does not have any receivers. If he can have receivers, then he can be a potential good quarterback. We'll see if he can actually be great. He's shown instances where he has been special this season for the Titans, so at least they have that going for them. But everything else on that entire team sucks. They need a wholesale rebuild, which they're already in. But at least they've solved their biggest question in Cam Ward. He's the franchise at this point, so at least they have that. All right, Niners did score 37 points, mostly through CMC, and that's how that offense runs. Steelers 28, Dolphins 15. Yeah, whatever. Aaron Rodgers had another magical throw. He sliced between 2 defenders, and somehow it got there.
Do you want to know why the Steelers won?
Yeah.
It's because of that high-end talent.
Exactly.
Killing the Mighty Mouse a la urinating tree. Here I come to save the day. That means that. Yes.
Exactly.
And of course the bullshit that is Steelers football is coming back. So Steelers got a Super Bowl.
Steelers got a Super Bowl. 9-8 Super Bowl.
Oh,
all right,
yes,
that's it from the AFC. What about the NFC, Dakshak?
NFC. Let's see. So Thursday night, there was a Thursday night game. Falcons won 29-28. And this time, there's one nemesis that Baker Mayfield cannot beat. It's Kirk Cousins. Kirky Kirk and the Falcons bunch stood up. I mean, Kyle Pitts had himself a 3-touchdown.
Oh, my God.
So whoever had him on fantasy, congratulations. I doubt it's going to repeat again.
Exactly.
Kirk Cousins, 373 passing yards and 3 touchdowns. Baker Mayfield threw a costly INT. Mike Evans had a 120 receiving yard game. But the Falcons won a game-winning field goal as time expired. 14-point fourth quarter deficit. They went for touchdown, didn't get the 2. Touchdown, didn't get the 2, and then they kicked the field goal after the Bucs punted it. Don't know what to say. Browns versus Bears. Bears won 31-3. I mean, Shedeur Sanders threw 3 picks. Bears defense had 5 sacks. Caleb Williams threw 2 touchdown passes to DJ Moore. Browns only managed 192 total yards. The end. Commanders versus Giants. This was an NFC East battle, Anand. It was a true tank bowl. Remember, the goal of tank bowl, you have to lose to get the number one. And you know the number one pick is Fernando Mendoza. But what the Giants did was truly genius. Even though the Washington ended an 8-game losing streak, and of course, the special teams helped with the Commanders for the 63-yard punt return for a touchdown, while Marcus Mariota connected to Scary Terry for 51 yards. The Giants, at the later end, when they were trying to make a comeback, they remembered the goal. You have to lose to win the number one pick, and they did it. So congratulations, Giants. I am so proud of you. You go into the Tank Bowl final against the Raiders next week. God help us all. Rams versus Lions. That was a fun game. Rams won 41-34. 10-point overcame a 10-point halftime deficit. Matt Stafford 368 yards, 2 tutties. Kyron Williams, Blake Corum, 3 rushing touchdowns. Matt Stafford, he can't play when the team is behind. The Lions secondary is completely decimated. The front seven couldn't do anything to stop a lick. And Jameson Williams had 100 receiving yards, any touchdown, in a high-scoring affair. Fun game if you like fantasy football and whatnot. Saints versus Panthers. God almighty. God help me, please. Guys, talk me off a ledge. When the Bucks lose to the Falcons, Panthers had one job: win against the Saints, and you have the lead in the NFC East. What the fuck was that? You lose to the Saints. No, you get swept by the Saints. 20-17 on a last-minute field goal. Oh, my God. How the hell are they still in this game? And
I feel like neither of them want the division. They keep fucking blowing.
None of them. Like, Tampa Bay is like, you're literally giving me this shit. Honestly. Tampa Bay, I mean, you lost to fucking Raheem Morris. That's how bad this is. No. I mean, no. Correction. Tyler Shough beats you. That says a lot. Vikings 30 and Vikings versus the Cowboys. Anand, Achut, and Cameron, I got a question for you. How about those Cowboys? Dak Prescott, Matt Eberflus, you stupid old fuck. Jerry Jones, you geriatric old fuck. Brian Schottenheimer, your dad's rolling in his grave, and screw you anyway. And CeeDee Lamb and George Bitchins. You're not Pickens, you're a Bitchins. Cancun is that way. You do not pass go. You lost to JJ fucking McCarthy after JJ threw like the first play was a pick. Good defense by Quentin Williams. It shows that yes, there was no running game at all, but Vikings actually held their own. They pressured Dak. JJ McCarthy was gutsy, and he needs to work on his throwing mechanisms. I will say that. It looks really off, but you know what? I have to say this. Thank you, JJ, for making my life happy. For one time, I root for the purple incarnation of Satan for beating those fucking Cowboys. And the Cowboys have 1% chance. You still think you're going to go to the Super Bowl? Cancun's that way. No, fuck that. North Korea is that way. You only get that destination. You don't deserve Cancun, so fuck you, Dallas. That's all I'm going to say. And then, I know I have to get this off because I needed that shit. And then Seahawks versus the Colts. Welcome back, Phillip Rivers. One touchdown, 1 interception. 44 years old and still balling out. I mean, he could only do his best, but the Colts defense didn't do it. And Sam Darnold, who's currently struggling, oh my God, it's already 1st and goal for the Rams. I mean, it was really horrible, like for Sam Darnold. You have a kicker who could kick through 6 field goals, and it was won by a last-minute field goal, but hell of a job by Phillip Rivers to try and get a win. But, oh my God. It was bad. It was bad. It was bad for the Seahawks, and right now I think honestly, I'm gonna say, oh my god, I have breaking the Makidar news on this one. And the third quarter, 33,
Puka
LA
Nacua.
38, Puka fucking Nakua.
Ah,
Damn.
Yep.
That is all I will say, and that's all. That's all I got.
alrighty. Now we're gonna move on to the preview of Week 16. So we're gonna have 4 games at this point: Packers, Eagles, Patriots next game, and the Bills next game. So let's get started, shall we? Packers, we're facing the Bears. This is for the division. A lot of things are on the line at this point. Cancun, the division, it's all on the line. Super Bowl at this point. Jeff Affley coming out with the quote, "Give this team adversity and you'll see how far we can go." So, hey, at least we have some sort of belief. I kind of do. Still, I have to, at this point, we still have to root for your team, regardless of how bad it gets. But at this point, it's gonna have to be the Jordan Love show. All right, the defense is not going to be as good as it was in earlier in the season. It's just the way that this defense has been built. The players are just too rotational, too inconsistent to provide a lot of consistent pressure. So it's going to be reliant on Jordan Love and this offense uh, to put the game away. Offensively speaking, when you look at Jordan Love, pass protection has been worrisome this entire season, especially now that we don't have Zach Tom. We don't know how that injury is going to be. I think the latest update was that he didn't practice. I don't think he's been placed on IR yet. He is listed as questionable. So we'll see if he can continue to play. If he doesn't, then it's going to be Jacob Morgan who's maybe Anthony Belton who takes the right tackle spot, and Jordan Morgan comes in as a guard. It's going to be a lot of inefficiencies in offensive line protection. That's for sure. I don't think we're gonna. I think we're gonna let up 1 or 2 sacks because we don't have, so many of our 2 of our top 5 starters. So, I think maybe 1 or 2 sacks is gonna happen. But the biggest way to control the pace of the game is to get the ball out of the hand of Jordan Love, with potentially a lot of like boot rollouts, which is what the Bears did against the Packers in the second half of that of the last matchup. They did a lot of boot rollouts, a lot of play action, just to get Caleb Williams away from the front 7 of the Packers. I think we employ a similar approach against the Bears. Focus on the passing game. Yes, Christian Watson is questionable, but that's why we've drafted Matthew Golden. I think this is a Matthew Golden breakout game. You also don't have, obviously, you don't have Tucker Kraft. Josh Wiley is also out, who was an excellent blocking tight end for us, a sixth man, if you will, on the offensive line. So he's out, which means Luke Musgrave and John Fitzpatrick are our top 2 tight ends. Luke Musgrave is a big slot guy. John Fitzpatrick is okay. He can fill in the role for a bit. So I would expect a lot of like 21 personnel, maybe. We don't run a lot of 21 personnel, but I would prefer more 21 personnel. Puka Nacua just scored a touchdown. Breaking news: Puka Nacua just scored a touchdown. It is now 29-14 in Seattle. The Rams are up 29-14, and they're basically claiming the number 1 seed at this point. So, anyways, wow. No look touchdown pass by Matthew Stafford. Holy crap. easy inside slant to Puka Nakua. They're just showing the replay here. But yeah, easy inside slant to Puka Nakua, or not slant, yeah, slant. And then Matthew Stafford with a no-look touchdown pass. Anyways, they're up 30-14. Coming back to the Packers-Bears game, offensively speaking, we're going to have to focus on the run game. Josh Jacobs is questionable, which means I would expect Emmanuel Wilson to take more of like a 40% share here. And in 21 personnel, Chris Brooks and Josh Jacobs coming in for pass protection. And Josh Jacobs, as a receiver, he had one of the best catches you'll ever see a running back have in this previous game against the Broncos. And it was a sideline end zone catch, like over the top of the head of the receiver that Jordan Love threw. It was perfect. So, yeah, at the end of the day, it's going to be a Emmanuel Wilson, Josh Jacobs game, probably 50-50 in terms of run versus pass splits. And then in the pass game, get the ball out of the hand of Jordan Love. He has been remarkable against weak pass protection. Our pass protection is like close to the middle of the league, but Jordan Love has the highest EPA per dropback in the entire league when compared to the pass protection composite score. So basically how different organizations have rated pass protection. We're close to the middle of the pack, but Jordan Love has the highest EPA per dropback. So clearly Jordan Love is on a tear, throughout the season and now more than ever, right, in terms of Tear-a-thon Love. So trust Jordan Love to reduce mistakes and be still explosive from an offensive standpoint. From a defensive standpoint, I think this is where we need to run a lot more zone coverage now. Bears are going to be without their top two receivers in Roma Dunze and Luther Burden. So that means they're going to run more. It's going to be a heavy run split versus the pass. When you look at their receivers, you have DJ Moore, Olamide Zaccheaus, Devin Duvernay, Colston Loveland, and Cole Kmet is questionable. So their receivers are reduced significantly, which means their passing game is going to be reduced significantly. I think Colston Loveland is a good red zone target that they're going to utilize, just like last week or the last time we faced them. So you have, I think it's going to be like 60-40 run pass split for the Bears. Anyways, they're a pretty run heavy team because that's how Ben Johnson's offense works. But especially coming into this game, no Micah Parsons. I think they're going to lean more on the run game. No Devontae Wyatt. So and questionable Evan Williams. So theoretically, the Bears technically have a better chance of running the football against us. Even in the first game, they had like 140 yards of rushing or something like that, especially in the second half. So when you do have that, it's more of an indication that the Bears are going to run the football a lot more. So I would say at the end of the day, from a defensive perspective, the Packers really need to focus on getting quick pressures at Caleb Williams and stacking the box against the run. Letting our secondary take care of their receivers is not going to be that much. You're probably going to have one-on-one of Xavier McKinney on the tight end, probably a little bit of man coverage sometimes. I would expect some more zone. Actually, maybe. But we should definitely figure out ways to increase pressure. So whether that's blitz, whether that's a constant 5-man fronts, whether that's sim pressures as well. I know Caleb Williams last game had a pretty good game against simulated pressures, but maybe we could do something there. So expect different variations to get pressure now that Mike Parsons is on IR, is done for the season. So, yeah. From defensive perspective, expect a little bit more pressure, probably some more unique fronts, just to try and confuse Caleb Williams, stack the box against the run, and then try and loop in some more zone coverage because they really don't have the receivers, but you also don't want large chunk plays to be given up if the D line can't get home. So try and keep Caleb Williams in the pocket. That's going to be it. I think we're going to win 24-17, just to take the division back. I don't think the Bears are there yet. I think the Packers are still better than the Bears. Yes, it is in Chicago. But when you look at the team holistically, I think the Bears, they run through that offense runs through their running game. So if they can't run the football well, it's going to be very difficult for them. I think they'll have a better chance this year, this week, to run the football. But yeah, we'll see. I think we win 24-17. All right, Raksha, your game.
Nicely done. Good luck, because I honestly, for me personally, I would like to see the Packers beat the shit out of the Bears. And you know what? Just to make sure, Bears, you know what's gonna happen to you guys? Bears, you're officially getting the Raksha curse.
Oh, let's go.
See what happens.
Yes, sir.
So, we are now facing the Washington Commanders, and this game was flexed from a Sunday game to a Saturday game. So, yeah, it's a Saturday game, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, so I
ours
don't know.
is also a Saturday night game.
Mine's Sunday game. Fuck. All right.
Yeah, I'd rather have a Sunday game, but you know what? Gotta do what it is. But a couple of big news: Jaden Daniels is not going to be playing. So Marcus Mariota is going to be the starter for the will be starting for the rest of the season. And also big injury update. I believe Laramie Tunsil is out for this game with an oblique injury. So their offensive tackle. So what do the Eagles need to do? If they could somehow find a way to replicate what the fuck they did against the Raiders and do it against a slightly decent Commanders defense, then it could be good. For number one, the Commanders' run defense it still stinks. If you noticed, for the Commanders, rushing yards per game in defensive stats, they're ranked 28th, allowing 136.3. And I mean their D line.
Oh my God! Breaking DeMarcadar news: Sam Darnold, another interception.
Oh my God! He has a bakery.
Yep, he's officially opened that bakery.
Oh my Lord.
It was a red zone 3rd and goal for Sam Darnold. He gets a quick pressure on his blind side, and he just tosses it directly to Kobe Turner, D tackle. It's a thick pick. A thick pick.
I have no words.
Game is done.
Yeah, game, set, match. You can shut off of Prime. You can watch some other season.
Exactly.
But okay, so I think the thing is the Commanders' run defense, as I was saying, they've given up 136.3 rushing yards per game, which is 28th in the NFL. Rushing first downs per game, 7.4 yards per game, 4.7 rushing attempts per game, 29.1. The biggest signing that the Commanders have done for their run D was Javon Kinlaw, who had a 3-year, $45 million deal. So far, he's had 30 tackles, 4 for loss, and 0 sacks. Javon Kinlaw, he is a I mean, I think he's decent. They're also very thin in their edge position. Dorrance Armstrong, Dietrich Weiss, Javon Jean-Baptiste. Those three are on IR. And you have to work with Von Miller and Jacob Martin. And also you have to worry about the dirtiest guy in Frankie Louvu. I think Frankie Louvu, who's a cheap fuck, and then Bobby Wagner, good player, but he's still good against the run. But he's not done pretty well. And if you looked at the run game, I think like PFF has Frankie Louvu has missed 16 tackles according to PFF. So if I'm going for this, maybe you try and build the run game towards Louvu, but not just Saquon Barkley. Try and get more Tank Bigsby involved, because I know Barkley was reported to be cleared for this game. He had a stinger, and I would like to use a lot more Bigsby and actually try and get Jalen Hurts on some empty sets, but make sure he slides out and doesn't get a fucking dirty hit by Louvu. So the Louvu, you cheap fuck. I wish nothing but the worst for you. And I think and honestly, maybe if you try and go a little heavy personnel, and here's the thing, their linebackers are okay, but I'm predicting this is going to be a big game for Dallas Goedert, because Wagner, he's okay against the run, but against the pass, and Louvu and their other, I know they have another linebacker, some other rookie guy, but I think this will be a mismatch for Goddard to exploit. So what Hurts was doing when he was going with those quick empty looks, running counters, and if you see Goddard attacking the middle of the field, exploit that. That's what I could see. And then you try and match AJ Brown and Devontae Smith, target them later on. And if you try, and don't force the ball. That is what I could say. And if you're ahead of the sticks, like the first and second and third downs, it makes it so much easier, and your defense can rest. They don't need to do that much. And of course, their pass defense, Louvu, he's allowed 34 receptions on 36 targets for 294 yards on a touchdown. Goddard game, I'm thinking so. This could be a Dallas Goedert game. So I would say, and also their corners, Marshall Lattimore and Trey Amos are on IR. So I think right now it's going to be Mike Sanistro, Noah Igbenogany, and Antonio Hamilton. So against AJ Brown and Devontae Smith, this could be a big game. However, I still think they're going to try. I think with Joe Wilt and Dan Quinn, I think they could run. I think Commanders are going to run a lot more zone coverage, because I don't think they have the personnel as of now to go heavy blitz or bring in pressure. They have to bring in a blitz or stick to the zone and play contain. If I'm Hurts, take care of the ball. Take care of the ball. No penalties by all means. And what I liked when you were going under center, that's when he's so much effective. And I know the Commanders are going to bring in a lot of blitz. You have to have your hot routes ready. Get Goddard early and involved. And if you're using Saquon Barkley, and I like the way, if I saw the game, the 2 games in a row, I saw Barkley and Shipley being used as a 2-back set. You have what happened?
Breaking news.
What?
On a punt return,
Punt return for a touchdown for the Seahawks.
Punt return for a touchdown. Rashid Shaheed takes it all back. It is now 30-20. 8 minutes left in the game. The game is still on.
You know what's funny? I actually have the game on my phone, and I just turned the volume down.
Mm-hmm.
So we got a mini game then. So
I really do.
I'll just hurry up on their offense, like on the Commanders defense versus Eagles offense. I think this has to be a clean game for Hurts. Don't do too much. And I think the biggest battle will be, Fred Johnson, Jordan Mailata, how they're going to come up against any new exotic looks. But you just have to play a clean game, no penalties, establish the run early, and get it successful. Next one, the defense. I think you're going to be, but here's the problem: the Eagles have not done pretty good against mobile QBs. Against the run, I mean, he like I'll say this: Marcus Mariota, 132 for 213, 1,600 yards, 10 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. A little bit better with Daniels, but with the injury history and all that. I'll say this, but he can make plays with his legs. And as of now, the Commanders' wide receiving room: Debo, Zach Ertz, Scary Terry, Jalen Nail, and Luke McCaffrey. Zach Ertz is out with a torn ACL. Luke McCaffrey is probably going to be out too with a fractured clavicle. Debo Samuel, Scary Terry is still there. But honestly, with the secondary, here's what I'm thinking. Hear me out. Oh my God, they got the 2-point conversion.
That's why I said 2 point is good for it.
Oh,
No, I have to confirm with you on this
I
one.
didn't hear that.
But anyways,
Yeah.
I will say this: if like Anant and Cam, you can help me out on this one. Scary
Very good.
Terry, I'm putting Quinyon Mobe on. I'm putting Quinyon Mitchell on him. Debo Samuel is going to be lining up a lot more in the slot. Will be much more easier. Stick Cooper DeJean, who's not a safety. He's just the corner that locked down your number. Okay, I'm sorry. I mean, I'll put Cooper DeJean and his exciting Mike White partner Reed Blankenship. And I think like having Marcus Epps really helped us out. He has that veteran experience. And I would think Cooper DeJean sticks in the slot. He and Quinyon Bay have been balling out. I think one of the best 2 corners in our thing. Dory Jackson, slightly okay, but he can be suspect. I think this could be a game for Jalen Nail and I think their other backup tight end as well. And also they have a run game by committee. So I could see Ja'Cory, Krusty Merritt, Chris Rodriguez, and Jeremy Nichols. And of course with Mariota. So I think
I'm so This is a
and I think and honestly, you have to find a way to stop the run. Yes, you don't have Jalen Carter, but Jordan Davis and Mara Ojimo have taken huge steps. And one game I saw, Brandon Graham, when he not only was at edge, when he moved to playing inside nose tackle or inside defensive tackle, he was able to sniff out the run a little bit. So maybe Victor brings out some other look too. So I would say this: you need to, if you want to beat the Commanders, you have to make Mariota throw the ball and defeat the play action and contain him. And I believe that Zach Bond and Nakobe Dean are one of the 2 best corner coverage linebackers that we have. And I think you could see a lot more stats from Jahad Campbell as well. I want to see Jahad Campbell being used a lot more, including Jeremiah Trotter Jr. And also with Laramie Tunsil being out, so I think there's a problem. If Tunsil's not in, they could put Brandon Coleman in, who started left tackle in 2024. Josh Connerly, who was picked in the first round, he's only had 30.
Troy, you dumb fuck! Oh my god.
Okay.
Cam, could you go on mute while
Sorry.
You're good.
And I think Tyler Biadasz is okay in the center position. Chris Paul, not the basketball player. He's decent, but I think the O-line for the Commanders has done a little bit better than the last 2 years that the Eagles have faced, but still not good. But if Laramie Tunsil's not playing, Eagles should be attacking that right tackle side. And I also think that the Commanders will try and run more towards the right side instead of the left. And if they're able to build off the run, that could be a little bit more problem. Those long drives in which the Eagles defense tires out, even though they make stop after stop, that's going to be the issue. They have to win early, and the Eagles offense has to control the clock. They have to get the points early. You cannot go 3 and out. Commanders will play you tough. I know this because this shit has happened before. I think it's going to be a close game. I think Eagles will win 27-20 because the Commanders are capable of putting up points.
Okay. Alrighty. Next up, well said, Rakshak. Well said. Next up, let's move on to Achut. The Patriots' next game. Let's see what we have to say for them. All right. What are your biggest keys to victory for the Patriots coming up in the next game?
Against the Ravens, probably, dude. Honestly, I think everything is going great, bro. I think they just need to just make adjustments. I think they just need to realize that they have to make adjustments sooner. And obviously, Lamar Jackson, he's not like any other QB, so that's going to be a challenge. But other than Lamar, like I'm not really too worried about like anyone else outside of Lamar, honestly.
Okay. No, what about Derrick Henry? Do you think you're I know the Patriots have a really nice run defense, but do you think it's still going to be important to shut down Derrick Henry?
Yeah, 100%, 100%. I actually kind of forgot about Henry, honestly, to be honest.
Yeah, because they don't use Derrick Henry
Yeah,
at all.
Yeah. But yeah, honestly, dude, if they just play with intensity like they did against the Giants, that'll be a fun game, bro. I want to see him get put on his ass. Not gonna lie, but
Oh, okay.
It's a battle of chokers. Because you both choked to us.
Oh, okay.
It's okay. The Ravens were worse.
That's fair. All right. So, in terms of matchups, what are you excited to see in the Ravens game?
How's Mark Andrews playing? I haven't kept too much up with Mark Andrews, but is he still cooking? Like last season cooking?
Not really.
I haven't really paid attention to Andrews, so
Yeah. That entire offense has been extremely stagnant so far, right? Like Lamar Jackson missing a couple games. Oh my God. Seahawks just scored a touchdown.
they scored again.
What?
They scored again. It is
I wasn't
30-28.
paying attention.
Oh my
Who
God.
got the touchdown? Who got the touchdown?
It was
Was it?
AJ Barner, their tight end, who
Oh,
I
yeah.
dropped in fantasy for Colby Parkinson.
Why would you do that?
No, because Colby Parkinson has been getting so many touchdowns in the past couple of weeks.
Oh no, can I say this? You're an idiot for that.
Do we all need it? Do we all need to do fantasy football next year?
No,
I
that
cannot
was
do fantasy football. I don't do fantasy football for a reason.
Why? Because the punishment starts humiliating.
Oh no, because I mean, although I'm good with stats and all that shit, I can't draft properly. So that's why.
Yeah, I'm right. Yeah, make sure no one else takes whoever you're targeting.
Still.
Oh no, it's no good.
And
Okay.
now the 2-point try. Oh. They got it?
Nah,
No,
don't
they
look
didn't.
like it.
No, they
No,
didn't.
it was-
They didn't.
it was
Okay,
no
so
good.
it's still 2 points ahead. Alrighty. So, going back to Achut, in terms of the matchups that you were looking at, right? The Ravens offense so far has been extremely stagnant. Lamar Jackson only has like 2,200 passing yards. Obviously, he's missed a couple games, but he's not looked like himself. Derrick Henry, 1,100 rushing yards, 10 touchdowns. So there is that on 233 carries. So he is averaging like 5 yards per carry, but they don't run the football that much. So this could be a game where I don't know if they actually like stray away from their identity. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. What do you think? Do you think like this would be the game that they start running the football more, or they just try to force their way to whatever they've tried to do so far? I don't know if this is a game that they experiment though, because this is like a game that is on the line for them. I mean, they're 7-7. It is like the division is on the line for them, so they have to do something.
Yeah, honestly, I think they should just run the ball more against this defense. I think running the ball more is good. And on defense, probably what's his name? Zay Flowers, he runs a lot of crossing routes.
Yeah.
So bunch up the middle of the field, put a good spy on Lamar. Obviously, that's easier said than done, but we have some fast linebackers, have some fast safeties, maybe plug in a safety as a linebacker for some of the plays, have him spy QB instead. And just up front, I think that's the big thing. Just don't let them know that they can just get those easy yards up front with Henry, with those QB draws, whatever they run, I think up front, and then just containing all those crossing routes. I think that's going to be the big takeaway. If they can do that, I think they have a pretty good chance of winning.
Okay. So what do you see this game happen? Like what do you see in this game happening?
I think it might be a close game until like halftime, and then Drake May lets one go. Lets that one big deep ball, best deep ball in the league go.
Mm-hmm.
To like Pop Douglas or someone that we
Pop Douglas.
Yeah.
Coming back from he's been like your big play type of guy who's made like one or two plays this in the entire season, right? Because it's mostly just been like Stephon Diggs and Keyshawn Boutte.
Yeah, honestly, they've started to use Diggs less.
Right.
A lot less for some reason. And I mean, all those like third and shorts, like I feel like Diggs should be like the first target for all of those.
Mm-hmm.
But Pop Douglas, they have some good deep ball threats. Mike Hollins, he's a dog. You know, that dude's he catches everything, bro. I don't know if you saw that one like high pass that Drake made through last game, and he just snagged that shit. He's a good deep threat. They don't throw much deep balls to him.
Yeah.
But Pop Douglas, you know, I think he's very unique. He's not like the biggest dude. He's not the most physical guy, but like he gets those deep balls. So
okay. So before we move on to your final score prediction, another wrinkle in this game. Apparently, on that failed 2-point conversion, Sam Darnold threw a backwards pass, which means because it got deflected by the Rams, it was a fumble recovered by the Seahawks in the end zone, so they get the 2-point conversion.
Oh my God!
It is now
tied the game.
30.
Yeah, the Rams are choking now.
6 minutes left. Holy crap!
This is a crazy game. I'll just say that right now.
Yeah.
God, I love football.
Unbelievable. Right? Alrighty, Matthew Stafford, you're the MVP candidate. You're the MVP front runner. This is your time. Go win the football game. But yeah, so actually, final game prediction for the Patriots. What do you say?
30-23.
Okay. Not bad. All right. Cam, let's finally end with your game and what the Bills are and who the Bills are going to face. Yeah, same questions. Major takeaways for the victory, and then a couple rival or matchups that you're interested in, and final game prediction.
So, quick question: how far is Garrett to breaking the sack record in Cleveland? Because I don't know.
He's like 2.5 sacks ish away.
Well, fuck. All right. So we gotta make sure.
He's 1.5 sack away.
Oh shit! We gotta make sure Garrett don't touch Josh. So.
Yeah.
So, honestly, I would put Benford on Jerry Jeudy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit! I don't know any of the Cleveland receivers.
That's good for you. You know, honestly, if you don't really know besides Jerry Jeudy, then that's beneficial at that point.
I only know Jeudy because my mom and I watched the Broncos games. She's a Broncos fan.
Okay. Okay.
So, I say Benford on Jeudy. I think Coleman on. I don't know. I also don't know a lot of these guys. I don't know. We just gotta block Garrett. Put Deion Dawkins on him. That's for sure. I don't know. We gotta get Milano charging at Shador because I know we're going against him. So, is it Shador or Dylan Gabriel?
It is Shador. It is Shador.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Mr. should have been drafted first round, ended up getting drafted 6th round.
Yep.
Why didn't you take him, Jacksonville? What the fuck, guys? You could have kept Travis together. You see that dude? It was fucking amazing.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I think Jacksonville's already doing good without Shador.
You took 4 quarterbacks in that draft. The hell was wrong with you guys? Anyway. I don't really expect much other than the defense doing what they need to. keeping the Browns out of the end zone.
Mm-hmm.
Because have you noticed that the Browns have been playing like shit, except for Garrett, who's been carrying the team. So,
So from an offensive standpoint, what do you think the key to victory is for the Bills? Do you think it's just running the football and trying to burn as much clock as possible from a possession standpoint, or
yes,
do you think it's going to be a lot more explosive?
I'd say, every once in a while, hand it off to James. Every once in a while, just have Josh Ross run the ball at some point in the game. I mean, I know he has the record for most rushing touchdowns. So, thank you, Cam Newton, for being garbage after the Super Bowl year. So,
okay, alrighty. So then, from a defensive standpoint, obviously you are facing Shadur and Quinshon Judkins, but I think
I'd say people who are getting sacks are Epinesa, Benford, Milano, obviously. Daquan Jones, yeah, he's one of them.
Okay. Joey Bosa leads the team with 5 sacks. Do you think he gets some more?
Bosa, I think he gets at least 2, depending on how good his timing is, because you gotta like time that shit perfectly before Shador gets rid of it. So, so I honestly don't expect less of the Bills this game. All I do want is to like time things specifically. So like, you gotta run it. Absolutely no penalties whatsoever. I mean, if there's gonna be penalties, let it be on the Browns, because they ain't exactly, because they are the color of shit, which explains their entire franchise. So, otherwise, yeah. I just want to win out before we move across the street. So
that's fair. That's fair. Alrighty. So final game predictions for you, Cam, before we wrap this episode up.
I will say 27-12, Buffalo.
Wow. Okay. No, that makes sense. That makes sense. It is the Browns after all.
Yeah.
So, alrighty. That's gonna be it for us today. Thank you guys so much for coming on to the pod. Thank you, Achut. Thank you, Cam. We really appreciate it. I think, Achut, this is your 2nd episode, if I'm not wrong. Right? Okay. So before we sign off, just let everyone know where they can find you guys on social media, or if any other side projects you have. Achut, go ahead.
So the Truth Botany on Instagram.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Thank you, Cam.
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram at CamStack1101. You can find me on YouTube at CamAtor111. It's the name you see right below my name. So,
alrighty.
And you can also find me on Facebook. I'm not exactly on Twitter X or Twitter X, so I can't really post a link down there. So,
okay.
And you can also find me. Yeah, there you go. You find my socials. But please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm struggling.
Yeah. Yes, go out there, subscribe to his YouTube channel. Let's make him popular. Let's do this.
Please.
Alrighty. Thank you guys again for coming on to the pod. Rakshak, where can they find us?
You can find our podcast on our following platforms: Spotify, Apple, Pocket Cast, and we're on YouTube. So make sure you like, share, subscribe, and click on the bell icon for more notifications. And we're also on our social media platforms, Twitter/X, Instagram, and Threads, with the lowercase, all undercase at NFL Masala 2022. This is all lowercase at NFL Masala 2022.
There you go.
All right, and we are gonna hit you guys with our signature outro. Go Pack, go!
And fly, Eagles, fly!
Go Bills!
Thanks for having me, guys. It's been a blast.
And with that, take care. Happy Thursday night or happy Friday morning or whatever day that you're listening to.
If we don't see you again, guys, happy happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy
Yes.
Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, etc. So
Yeah.
Happy New Year.
Happy New
Yep.
Year.
Alrighty. See you guys. Thank you.